Welcome to Star Memoirs, your destination for unforgettable celebrity legacies. Our first news is this. Kelly Osbourne responds to claim Ozzy Osbourne is dying and has suicide pact with Sharon Osbourne. Kelly Osbourne isn't mincing words when it comes to defending her family. Amid online speculation that her father Ozzy Osbourne's health is rapidly declining, the changes singer didn't hold back while setting the record straight. There's this video going around on social media, and it's supposed to be my dad, but it's AI, Kelly said on her Instagram stories July 11th. It has a voice like my dad's David Attenborough or something. And it starts out saying, I don't need a doctor to tell me that I'm going to die. I know I'm going to die. What the fuck is wrong with you people, she continued. Why would you spend your time making a video like this? And while the Crazy Train singer has been open about his ongoing battle with Parkinson's disease, having previously shared he can no longer walk, his daughter made it clear that he is nowhere near his deathbed. He's not dying, the 40-year-old continued. Yes, he has Parkinson's, and yes, his mobility is completely different than it used to be, but he's not dying. What is wrong with you? Beyond rumors that her father's health is quickly declining, the Osbournes alum, who got engaged to Sid Wilson during her father's final Black Sabbath show earlier this month, also took a moment to address another rumor that he and her mom Sharon Osbourne share a suicide pact. Stop making articles or posts about how you think my parents are having a suicide pact, she said. That was bull's tea, my mom said to get attention one time. And my dad's not dying. Stop. As for where the rumors stemmed from, back in 2017, Sharon, who tied the knot with the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer in 1982, discussed the idea after her father Don Arden died after suffering Alzheimer's in 2007. Ozzy and I have absolutely come to the same decision, she told the Mirror at the time. We believe 100% in euthanasia, so have drawn up plans to go to the assisted suicide flat in Switzerland if we ever have an illness that affects our brains. If Ozzy or I ever got Alzheimer's, that's it, we'd be off. I saw my father suffer from the day he came back into my life in 2002 to the day he died in July, she added. There's no way I could go through what he did, or put my kids through that. The complicated aftermath of Gary Coleman's sudden death. Gary Coleman had a hard life, one marked by great success but also heartbreaking struggles. Yet it was a life that the Different Strokes alum planned to keep living. I haven't had the highest highs and the lowest lows yet. I'm still looking for that, Coleman told E! News in January 2010. I got 40 years in me yet. I ain't going nowhere. Instead, the child star turned object of pop culture curiosity suffered a fatal head injury in a fall at his Utah home and died at the age of 42 on May 28, 2010. His ex-wife Shannon Price gave permission for the hospital to take him off life support. Price's continued involvement in Coleman's life after they divorced in 2008, his tragically abrupt death, the photo of the pair in his hospital bed that ended up on the cover of a tabloid, and her ultimate decision regarding his care all combined to ensure there would be a lot of lingering questions about his final days. I had no choice, Price said on the July 10 episode of A&E's Lie Detector, Truth or Deception, referring to her decision to shut off life support for Coleman. He had gone into cardiac arrest, and that is ultimately what took his life. And, she told series host Tony Harris before her voluntary polygraph test got underway, I'm here talking to you right now because I didn't do a damn thing to him. I didn't hurt him, I didn't push him. I didn't do any of that. Price, now 39, has been saying as much since 2010, though there are still those who believe there's more to the story than Coleman fell, the end. The 4'8" actor didn't have that far to fall, friend and former manager Dion Miles said in the 2024 Peacock documentary Gary. We were absolutely stumped because there were way too many questions. With no answers. But why did this turn into such a mystery? Here's what to know about Coleman's death and its complicated aftermath. What happened to Gary Coleman? On May 26, 2010, Gary Coleman was transported to a local hospital after hitting his head in a fall at his home in Santaquin, Utah. He was moved that evening to Utah Valley Regional Medical Center in Provo. His ex-wife Shannon Price later told Entertainment Tonight that she had been sick in bed and Coleman went downstairs to make her some food, when she heard a smack. "I was frantically panic-stricken because I didn't know what to do," she said. "I didn't know what the extent of the damage was." His manager John Alcantar shared on the morning of May 28 that, while he had been conscious and lucid the previous morning, Coleman had slipped into a coma and was on life support with an intracranial hemorrhage. Coleman died on May 28 at 12:05 p.m. after being taken off life support. He was 42. What was Gary Coleman's cause of death? Santaquin Police Chief Dennis Howard told People on May 29, 2010, that there was absolutely nothing suspicious about Coleman's death. The state medical examiner determined Coleman died of natural causes following an accidental fall, according to autopsy findings released in October 2010. His death certificate also noted chronic renal failure and complications as significant conditions. What was said in Shannon Price's 911 call about Gary Coleman's fall? Price told a 911 dispatcher there was blood everywhere and she was gagging, per a recording of the call obtained by TMZ days after Coleman's death. Price said in the call she couldn't go back downstairs where Coleman was or drive him to the hospital because she couldn't stand the sight of blood and was worried she might have a seizure. "There's just blood all over and I can't do anything," Price said, per the audio. She'd been sick, she added, and didn't want to be traumatized. She acknowledged to Entertainment Tonight in a June 2010 interview that she didn't come off great. "Nobody else would know what it was like to be in that situation until you're in that situation," she told. "A lot of people didn't think I was there for him and so I would definitely have tried to fix what I had said in the call." Were Gary Coleman and Shannon Price still married when he died? Coleman, 40, wed Price, then 22, on August 28, 2007, 2 years after meeting on the Utah set of the movie Church Ball. While Coleman's death certificate listed him as married, per TMZ, and Price continued to refer to him posthumously as her husband, the pair divorced in 2008. Price told ET in June 2010 that she and Coleman had filed for divorce, and everything went through, but they'd since reconciled and had planned to renew their vows very soon. Did Shannon Price have the authority to make medical decisions on Gary Coleman's behalf? In response to questions about whether Price could legally authorize taking Coleman off life support as his ex-wife, the answer is yes. Coleman had granted her permission in an Advance Health Care Directive, AHCD, according to Utah Valley Regional Medical Center. The AHCD was also a private medical document, the hospital said in a 2010 statement, but "we received permission to confirm that the document was in effect at the time of Mr. Coleman's death."